Hello, water signs. This is for Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio for November 2018. This is Drunk Tarot. I'm going to give you a broad reading on the element of water because I wasn't going to do a November reading at all because I'm really busy. So I wanted to come back for your December reading, give you guys a better, lengthier December read, and then move it on over to your 2019 overview. I wasn't going to do November, but I decided to just do a quick element one. So don't, and also, we had a full moon. I think Venus is still in retrograde. It might be over. No, Venus is still in retrograde. And whatever we were building up for in September and October, it carries through. Like energies don't just flip, you know what I mean? Like someone doesn't lose 150 pounds overnight. Like these things are incremental. It takes a while for things to build up. So that's why I was kind of like, man, I don't think I'm going to do a November read because it's like residual energies from October. But just for, clarity's sake and a heads up, I decided to do the element read. So this is going to be for all water signs, Pisces, Cancers, and Scorpio. If you're a water sign or you have water in your chart, ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba, you know how that works. This is for you. Check it out. Just for some general energies. And then don't forget to come back for your December specific reads for each sign, and then of course the 2019 overview. For this reading, because I want to keep it as general as possible, but also with the elements of water in mind, I'm choosing for November to do all upright, which is rare for me because I do think that, obviously reverse cards and all that stuff, they're important. But for this reading, all upright, no reversals. And we're just going to see what's coming through. So that's enough drunk talking, drunk tarot talk. I am shuffling right here. Boom, boom, boom. Let's get all water signs for November 2018. What can water signs expect? If you're a Cancer, a Pisces, or a Scorpio, or if you're dealing with one, which I love that terminology, that phrase. If you're dealing with someone, if you're having to deal with someone, I hate that so much, you guys. Don't put yourself through that. Don't deal with anyone. If you're in a relationship with someone, if you want to foster or cultivate healthy communication and relationship with someone who is a water sign, watch this. If you're dealing with someone, maybe you shouldn't have to deal with anyone. Anyways, I sang karaoke last night, so my voice is super strained. My vocal box. Me. Water signs, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, what's coming through? All right. Okay, let's do it this way so you guys can see. Current situation, water signs, you are feeling, some of you guys are engaged, just got engaged, just started a relationship. There's a feeling of commitment, security, stability. This is something stable, okay? So it could mean that you're in a stable situation. Now, it could be a stable, this is a card of marriage, but it could be a stable situation of you feeling like you're in a stable job, or you've found your footing underneath you. You've got your sea legs. You finally have a feeling of, I think I know what it is I'm supposed to be doing. I think I know that I'm supposed to be here, wherever here is for you, at a station in your life, at a place in your life, at a feeling. You've arrived to a place of stability, whether that be emotionally, financially, or just in a relationship with someone, or you think you've met the one for you. You could be going to events in November, maybe a Friendsgiving, Thanksgiving, family functions, any kind of event, and you could meet someone, but don't look at that for November. Look at the fact that this is a Four of Wands, meaning you have arrived. You feel safe and secure where you are now, and you're kind of happy in this moment where you're like, I think I want to stay here for a second because this feels safe and this feels good, okay, water sign? Going on around you, I do think that this is sorry, I know there's a glare. I do think that what's going on in your environment right now is you're feeling as if you don't have time right now. There's something in you that doesn't have time for lies or deceit, or even there's no room for fogginess in your environment. So either the people you're dealing with, you can tell that they don't suffer fools gladly. They don't want a bullshitter. So it makes you rise to the occasion. You're like, yeah, me neither. I don't want to lie. I don't want to bullshit. All you want is clarity and truth surrounding you right now. And that's kind of, you know, what you're leading with. I'm feeling like you're doing a lot of like, I'm speaking my truth. I'm speaking my truth. Like that's sort of a energy that I'm getting from this card right here with the Queen of Swords. And I think that you're feeling that from the people around you also. There could be a conversation that comes up in November that is very, very honest and raw. And as painful as the truth can be, the truth will set you free is kind of the energy I'm seeing with this one. You're hoping that this conversation goes well. You're hoping whatever conversation, whatever meeting, whatever, because you're coming from a place of security and stability. So there's a bit of a buildup here where you're like, okay, I feel good enough to have this raw, honest conversation. That's what I want to have with someone, or, you know, that's what the environment that I want to surround myself in. And I hope that it goes well. I hope that my honesty serves me. I hope that their honesty serves them. And I hope that it's a mutually beneficial, sort of exchange where we can be honest and we both are better for it, whatever that means. It does seem like it will be. So the answer is yes. Like, you know, if you're like, oh, I have to have this conversation, or I have to do this confrontation, or I have to do something in November, yes, you will have a victorious outcome. It will work out in your benefit, in your favor. Not only that, you're going to recognize that in someone where you're going to be like, wow, like you really came through with some honesty there and I appreciate that. And you're going to be even like proud of yourself. Like I feel so proud of myself for appreciating someone's honesty versus me feeling offended. Do you know what I mean? It's easy for people to say, like, someone speaks their truth and then the other person is super butthurt and offended. And it's like, when you break it down, like, logically, you know that's not okay. If someone speaks their truth, that's their fucking truth. You don't get to feel offended. You don't get to, and if you feel offended, that doesn't all of a sudden make you correct because you're offended because someone spoke their truth. No. You're going to be proud of yourself because someone's going to speak their truth to you and you're going to be like, okay, well then I appreciate that. And you're going to be like, well, damn, I'm super fucking adult. And that's going to be great. And vice versa. You're going to speak your truth and you're going to be feeling proud of yourself for speaking your truth without trying to offend someone. And you're going to be speaking your truth and you're going to be like, I feel good about expressing this and sharing this. And that other, in turn, that other person is going to be like, that's great that you said that. I appreciate that. And you're going to be like, damn, high five. Like, that was great. So that's a good thing. So it looks like good in November in terms of like communication, like how you're moving, you're proceeding on this, you know, journey that you're on. You're focusing a lot on where you spend your time, how you spend your time in November. You're focusing like, I don't want to waste my time. My time is precious. My energy, my resources, my internal reserves, emotional reserves, all that is precious to me now. And I don't want to waste a second of it. I don't want to waste my energy. So right now in November, you will be taking some time to look back at some of the things you have spent time, energy, and effort on. And you're wondering, is that worth it to me? Is that going to, you know, turn around and do something great for me? Do I benefit from that? How does that help feed me and my kids or me and my family? Whatever that is. You are patiently waiting for seeds that you planted to come up. So that's a very basic, easy way to read this card. But basically it's just saying, okay, now that I'm speaking my truth, now that I'm coming from a place of stability and security and honesty, and I'm ready to move forward, and I'm feeling like I appreciate that about myself even more, what do I want to do with all of my time, energy, effort, gifts, experiences, skills, etc., etc.? What do I want to do with all of that? Well, I want to invest in people who want to invest in me. I want to invest in situations or scenes or environments that I know will satiate me emotionally, financially, whatever the case may be. And that is what you're going for in November. So it's a moment of taking pause and reevaluate, like looking at your, you know, your portfolio, your emotional portfolio, the kind of bandwidth you have left over to give to anyone in any given situation. You're looking at that water sign this month in November and you're like, okay, I don't want to invest any more in this, or I would just, you know, you kind of like, you know, you allocate your energies based on like what you get in return, if that makes any sense. I don't know if that makes any sense. The point is that you are waiting for something that you invested in a while ago to come back around to you. You're waiting for the payoff, the big payoff, the big payback. Geek, 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 geek. Okay? Let's see what else. The destiny. What is in your destiny for sure? What's in your destiny here? Can you see this all right? Okay. You're a water sign. You're an emotional creature. You lead with emotions before intellect, even though I don't care if you're a Cancer or what, or how smart you are as a water sign, you will always lead with emotion and intuition first. And there is something in November that gives you the green light to make an offer. So, for example, if you're working a lot, you're going to be become emotionally attached to a task, a project, colleagues. You're going to feel emotionally connected to who you work with, what you do, and you're going to finally, maybe after sitting on the fence for a little bit, offer your emotions to this like sort of tactical position or this job or this strategy or whatever you're doing. If you're talking about emotional like relationships, obviously the Knight of Cups, I mean, hello, that's not very difficult to read. You offer your emotions to someone in November. Friendship, relationship, whatever. And so that is something that happens in November where you offer yourself emotionally to someone. You open up emotionally to someone. Maybe you have a conversation with someone. You're like, I'm going to test the waters here and I'm going to let them know how secretly fucked up I might be or whatever. And I'm just going to see how well it's received. Goes back to speaking your truth. And so you're going to put your heart, your emotions, your sensitivities on the line a little bit. And you're going to test it out and see if someone picks up what you put down. And I think someone will. But you're in a place right now where you're like, I'm ready to open up emotionally to someone or something and offer that part of myself. Because for the most part, you try to protect that. It's like the water sign's soft-centered belly, where you try, you just test it out and see. And then of course, this could mean someone offers you something. Someone reaches out, either someone from your past, someone that you genuinely have emotional attachment to, and they reach out to you in November and they're like, I want to have a deeper connection with you, a deeper conversation with you. Some of you guys are having surgery. Some of you guys are probably taking time out to rest, recuperate, some R&R, hardcore relaxation. Maybe you guys are sleeping too much. Maybe you guys are resting too much. Maybe you guys are just in bed too much. Maybe you guys just can't get out of bed. Maybe your energies are low. So you're taking some time out to clear your head, to think, to meditate, to pray. Some of you guys could be having some sort of vigil for a family member who has passed, someone in your life who has passed. Some of you guys, you yourselves might just be like sick, like laid up in the hospital having surgery, something like that is happening, or you're feeling like maybe the doctor's orders were for you to take some time out and rest. You know, you're not down and out, you're just down right now, some of you guys, for November. Maybe you guys are thinking way too much about this emotional attachment you might have to someone or something. There's a bit of, remember we were talking about being offended? Someone may sort of overstep boundaries with you, and that causes you to be on red alert, high alert, like you're defending yourself. Someone is going to challenge you in November. Some of you guys might feel challenged by someone's ideals or their opinions. And it's time for you, water signs, to not give in and not to, you know, acquiesce to anyone. And if you feel a certain way about something, you stick to your guns and you say, look, no, this is how I feel. Take it or leave it. And that can be scary because you risk things. You put things on the line when you do that. But if you're feeling like you're not getting a return on whatever investment, whether it's emotionally or otherwise, and you say, look, I need to pull out, you know, stakes, pull up stakes, or just pull out of this project or whatever, because I don't feel like I'm getting, you know, what I should be getting back in return. Could be relationship, money, work, whatever. And they're like, no, 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 we think this, we think that. And you go, no, this is how I feel. This is my truth. Things like that, conflict, confrontation for a water sign, that leaves you guys drained. That leaves your energy completely depleted. And that's when, you know, you come into the Four of Swords energy here. So by the end of November, by maybe third week of November, I do think that you guys are going to take some time out. You guys might just like say, look, I'll be back in a few days, and you just go somewhere and just stay in bed and sleep. Those are things to just be aware of for the month of November. Should I do a clarifier? Should I do a, I'll shuffle real quick for an overall advice. You notice I didn't stay too much on relationships or work or money, like one thing or the other. This is extremely general. These are just energies that you can expect for November. For some of you guys, you know, like if I was to look at this really quickly and say, okay, let's flip it and turn it into a love reading. The truth about a relationship or a marriage comes to light. The real truth about a relationship or marriage comes to light. And it's too late. What might have been salvageable for water signs and relationships, love, marriage, etc., it's too late. Someone has officially given up while the other person has officially decided to stand their ground. And it's like a complete stalemate, and no amount of superficial romance or superficial love offering, whatever that means, can salvage this. You'll be waiting around forever for something to change in a certain situation for some of you guys. But the funny thing is that even if this relationship as steady as it might have been or does seem, because I'm saying I know I'm reading these all upright, but I obviously, like, when you have a secondary card supporting a card, you can read it like I read it as a reversal, if that makes sense. This would have probably came out as a reversal based on what I'm seeing here with the, okay? So just put it, that's how I'm sort of explaining it to you guys, sorry. But yeah, so I think that you definitely, either way, if a relationship is falling apart or you're finally taking some time out to recuperate after the end of a marriage or the end of a relationship, whatever that is for you, because some of you guys, you still feel victorious. You still feel good about it. You still feel like you did the right thing for you. You still feel like you spoke your truth. And you stood your ground and all that. But I'm confused. Okay, so that's one storyline. For the others of you, I do feel like there is a feeling of offering your love to something that's dead. Or trying for something that's dead. Okay, so let's just do your advice. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio for the month of November 2018. Here is what you should do overall, given all these different energies. What you should do for the month of November to keep your head above water signs. I hate the way my voice sounds right now. It's just so raspy. Sorry. Okay. Why do I keep saying sorry to you guys? I'm not sorry. I'm a strong woman. I am not sorry. Advice. Five of Swords. The advice is, if you haven't spoken to someone in a while, continue on not speaking to them. Just for a little bit longer. Let the dust settle. Let the dust settle. You know, I don't think that if you already have had confrontation recently with someone, if you've already had, like the last thing you want to do is like exacerbate the problems that are clearly already there. And clearly the reason why people had to like take breaks and take a rest. It's fucking exhausting for some of you guys. And so if you can get away with no communication, do so. Do so. That's for some of you guys. I'll do it. And so just, if that's your group, that's your group. Let me pull one more advice for the water signs, if that's not you. Well, dark night of the soul, etc., etc. It means basically that you guys are just like this. 4 of Swords. You have to get out of your head. You have to get out of your head. There is nothing worse than sort of, God, you know what song's in my head right now? Inertia Creeps. I think it's Tricky. Or is it Tricky? Inertia Creeps. Oh, Placebo, Tricky. You know what I'm talking about. Anyways, just that feeling of inactivity, no action, being stuck in your head. The only thing missing from this deck, or this spread right here, is you know, the 8 of Swords. Just, you're stuck in your head and you feel like you can't make a decision. And that's the scary thing, is you want it all and you want it now. But you don't know what all is. And when it comes to now, you're like, what's time? What kind of concept is that? For some of you guys, not all of you guys. There is depression, there is regret, there is sadness, there is having to take a break. Maybe you feel like you missed the boat on something. You missed out, you know, on someone or something. So anyways, in November, basically, you will speak your truth. You're going to feel good about that. You're going to make an offer, or someone is going to make an offer of love. You definitely need to take a break. You need to rest. There could be feelings of being on the defense about something, or feeling, you know, offended about something. You're going to have to stand your ground. Definitely, you're going to have some nights where you can't sleep. And you got to get out of your head, for sure. Okay, water signs? That's it for November overview. Sorry, it was very general, like I said. So pick up what resonates, leave the rest. Take the gun, leave the cannolis. No, leave the gun, take the cannolis. So that's it for you guys. For water signs, come back for your December, and that's what I'll do, individual signs, and then give you your 2019 overview. Hopefully this helped some of you guys, but that's just your quick November 2018 quick read for water signs. I'll see you guys next time. Follow me on Instagram, drunk.tarot. Bye.